We are here today with Oregon Trail, the 5th edition. I think that's the most recent edition. I think they might have put it out on mobile or something.
Thursday, April 6, 1848.
Hold on. I guess that's max resolution we're getting. Sorry about cutting off the intro like that. It might play again. Let's see. We went with Carpenter last time. Let's keep on with that. April. Hold on. This is very loud. Alright. That all sounds fine. Can we actually get more? We could. I don't know why we'd want to. It's a Conestoga wagon. Conestoga? That seems more impressive. Alright, that sounds fine. Your carpenter who has come to the Independence in 1848 for the purpose of setting off on a journey west to Oregon City. You've already bought a Conestoga wagon, but you still need to buy the other supplies you'll need for the journey. As you wander the streets of Independence, you'll see various stores that should be able to provide you with supplies, provided you have enough cash. You'll also see people who may be able to give you some good advice.
April 6, 1848. When Pa broke his leg and couldn't come back from Oregon to fetch us, Ma gathered us close and said it was her dream to join Pa in Oregon. She believed that we had the gumption to get there with the help of this man, Jed Friedman, that Pa was sending to guide us. Then, Ma died.
Cassie Parker, come on! We've got to find that mountain man Pa wrote us about.
Jimmy, look out!
Looks like you're in a big hurry, son.
Oh, thank you so much. We're,
Looking for somebody to get you to Oregon, right?
That's right. How did you know?
We're looking for a man named Captain Jed Friedman. Do you know him?
Mm-hmm, sure do.
Do you work for him?
That I do, son. Day and night.
Well then, take us to him.
You're already there, Parker.
Hey, how do you know my name?
Parker, he's Jed.
You?
But you're...
One of your pa's best friends. I saved his life on the trail, and he saved mine. When he broke his leg, I promised him I'd get you to Oregon.
Can you hunt buffaloes and kill rattlesnakes?
Why, sure, if I need to.
Wow!
Well, Mr. Friedman?
Captain Jed.
Captain Jed. I guess if Pa sent you, that's good enough for us.
Then let's get our supplies. There's a long way to go, and your pa's are waiting. Follow me.
Sorry about the strange tearing in this video. I don't think that's something I can resolve. Oh no, this looks terrible. So it's interesting,
The merchants here in town offer basic packages of supplies based on the size of one's party and estimated length of journey. Of course, you can shop around on your own or add to the basic set. So, which package would you like?
So it's interesting that they seem to be trying to add these cinematics to try and engage people who wouldn't otherwise be engaged. I would say that's probably a bad idea, maybe, but what do I know? I would generally say you should try to engage people with the mechanics, and then they would want to look at things like the guide, so that they can play the game better. The cinematics themselves, I wouldn't typically say they would do it, but maybe they just tried a multi-prong approach. Alright, so with that package, I'm assuming we got the oxen and everything, we can go. No, we didn't get the oxen. Hello. Yes, we have the wagon. Spare ox yoke. Wait, so we do have the oxen? Guess it's in a wagon cover, since we can get one with a thing. How do I... Not sure I understand. So we have a... We already have a spare ox yoke, so surely we have the oxen. No draft animals. Well... Is this not the livery? Okay, the stables. Fine, what do you people have to say?
You got all your supplies yet?
Yes.
You know, some folks forget about some important items
I
that
wouldn't
might
go without
prove
Oh,
a good
no.
long rope or chain, which can help in crossing rivers, or go...
Nope. Can't go in the funeral parlor. Yeah. 4, 6. 6 should be fine. Interesting, we can get chickens and milk cows. I guess let's get 6 chickens. Do they generate eggs for us? Who are you?
Hello, friend. Say, has your wagon train formed yet? And have you met to form the council that'll provide guidance and governance on your long journey?
You look like an idiot. Can't go in the hotel. Outfitters. I think I'd like more ammo just in case. Does weight mean anything? Hold on. Gunpowder and bullets. So I'm assuming we manually load these rifles. That's fine. And we wouldn't need shot. Okay. Actually, let's, surely you don't need that much gunpowder. Let's go 5. Alright. We're ready now, I think. Maybe. You need to pick a wagon train to travel with. The following trains are ready to set out. Which one do you want to go with? So I'm assuming this is faster, but less safe. Yep, let's get out of here. River appears to be frozen. Okay. We just used our eyes and said it's fine. Oh no, we lost Bacon. Oh no. Oh, she's alive still.
Captain Jed, how did the Oregon Trail get started? Were you the first one to go on it?
No, Jimmy, I ain't quite that old. There was lots of folks before me. I guess it really started about 1821 with the Santa Fe Trail. That year, a red-headed Virginian named William Becknell started taking trade goods from Missouri to the town of Santa Fe. That's down south of here in Mexico territory, west of Texas. Traders could get flour, salt, horses, and mules cheap in Mexico. Men were getting rich going back and forth from Mexico to Missouri. That is until the war started with Mexico in 1846. Now, the original starting point of the Santa Fe Trail was the town of Franklin, Missouri, on the north bank of the Missouri River.
That's so boats could bring the trade goods, I betcha.
Right you are, Parker. But by the early 30s, the steamboats could go further upriver. So they needed another starting point that was further west. And that's how the town of Independence got going.
Hey, we came to Independence on a steamboat from St. Louis.
Mm-hmm, you sure did.
Tell us about traveling to Oregon with Pa.
Well now, in 1836, the Whitmans, Dr. Marcus and his wife and friends, drove the first wagon to Oregon. They set up a mission north on the Columbia River. A couple of real brave women were in that group, Narcissa Whitman and Eliza Spaulding. More folks started traveling the Oregon Trail after that. I led my first wagon train in 43, the one with your pa in it. We even met the Whitmans when we stopped at their mission.
Did Pa meet him too?
Yep, and it won't be long till you'll be meeting your pa again. Now you better get some sleep, 'cause we got a long day tomorrow.
No, more stories.
Don't worry, Jimmy. I got lots of them.
That was a lot of mundane facts pretending to be a story. Is there any point to resting? I guess if your morale's low, it's good. Let's get out of here. So can you actually not die in this version? They seem to have stripped out almost all of the gameplay. For these little animated videos. I don't know if you can call them videos. These animated sequences. Sometimes animated sequences, there we go. Is there no hunting? Well, I guess there is. Oh, you can fish. Or gather. How exciting. How are we on food? We have 337 pounds of bacon. I think we're set for a while.
I heard you found a rockhead alcove engraved with the name of J.F. Reed, May 26, 1846?
Did you know him?
Well, not exactly. I heard of him, though. He and his family were heading to California with the Donner Party. They decided to take the Hastings Cutoff and ended up in a heap of trouble.
The Donner Party? I heard that name at the campfire last night. What happened?
The way I heard it, the Donners and several other families left Independence in April 1846 with 20 wagons and near 100 folks. You should have seen one of their wagons. A double-decker with a side entrance. It had spring seats, a sheet iron stove, and a whole library of books. Some folks called it the Pioneer Palace. Rain and floods kept them an extra 5 days at the Big Blue. Then, when they got to Fort Bridger, instead of playing it safe and heading to Fort Hall, some of them took the Hastings Cutoff.
Why'd they do that?
Hastings' guidebook claimed it would save them time in about 300 miles. But crossing the Wasatch Mountains was slow. Took 18 days to get 30 miles. Had to ditch that big old Pioneer Palace in the Salt Lake Desert. By the time they got to the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, it was October, and they got caught in an early snowfall.
They must have been plumb tired and starving.
That's right, Cassie. And freezing, too. It was about the worst winter you could imagine. They did things to keep alive that I can't rightly talk about.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that they even...
That's enough, Jimmy.
Some snowshoed out in December, but by the time the relief parties brought the rest out in April of '47, only half of them were left.
Half died? That's sorrowful.
So that means we've got to take the right trails and get to Oregon for the snowfalls. Right, Captain Jed?
Right you are, son. It's life and death out here. The Oregon Trail ain't no picnic.
Probably a bad decision to take out the only reason anyone remembers the Donner Party. It was cannibalism, if you're not from the US. I'd never heard of that. I'm sure Canadians are aware of it. Nowhere near Canada. Alright, that's fine. "4 feet deep, we can ford it." What? The game's very unengaging. I feel no reason to even bother reading through this.
Guten Tag. My name is
Oh,
Ilse
no.
Weismann. My husband Gustav and I are from Prussia.
We're probably gonna, well, we're not gonna live that long enough. Our grandkids are gonna shoot at each other. See you later.
Tuesday, May 2nd. We passed through the Narrows today. The trail follows a very narrow path between the Little Blue River on the left and steep bluffs on the right. We'd circled the wagons and I was fixing supper when...
Hey, that almost smells good.
Oh, well, sakes alive. Go wash up. It's almost ready. Where's Jimmy?
Probably wandered off with the journal, drawing things like he always does.
That Jimmy. He's hankering to show Pa his sketches when we get to Oregon. Jimmy!
Over here! I found a snake!
Jimmy! Lie still. Jed's coming.
Cassie, it hurts!
Hurry, no time to lose.
Here, my belt.
Tie it on, Parker. Not too tight now.
What's he doing?
Grip this rock, Jimmy. Jed's gotta open the bite and suck out the poison.
Ah! Jimmy'll make it. Won't he, Jed?
I reckon he'll need to ride in the wagon for a spell. But he'll pull through all right.
Oh, thank you, Jed.
But it was close. Too close.
I drew the snake before it bit me. You want to see it?
Wow. I'm tempted to cut... Oh, I see. That wasn't the full map. I'm tempted to cut out the cinematic scenes. I feel bad calling them cinematic. The, you know what I mean, the sequences. I'm not sure what to call them because they're not really I guess they're a story. One and a half feet. Surely our oxen can manage 1.5 feet deep. Quote-unquote river. I'm not even reading this. I don't recall which version we played. It also doesn't tell you like how much food you have in it as a because they've gone so micro that
Thursday, June 1st. Today I saw my first Indian. Several braves rode into our camp to trade. I was scared at first, but Captain Jed said we'd be fine if we traded fairly with them. When they were done, Jimmy and I went walking along the river.
More Indians!
Jimmy, look! The baby! Get away!
You did it, Cassie! You saved the baby! Where do you learn to throw like that?
I've been throwing rocks across the Big Blue while you were laid up with your snake bite. I'll keep this with Ma's necklace. It's beautiful. There's so many beads. I can't wait to show it to Pa.
oh. Is Pa dead? Who's hunting anyway? Are the kids hunting? No. I guess we could fish. Usually you'd want to find water to fish, but sure, why not? Is that a fish-shaped rock? Am I just watching the bobber? While the still fish does nothing? Okay, let's shoot the fish. Can we shoot the fish? No, you can't shoot the fish. How would we reload? There we go. We shot one goose. I feel good about that. Is that the whole thing? Do they not respawn? They really neglected the game aspect of this game. What do we have to gather? Oh boy, you get now. This is actually smart. I like this. You have to read about it. Okay, so that's fine. Throw that out. What's this? Nettle. No, don't eat nettle. Don't eat nettle. Never eat nettle. Nettle's horrible. Poison nettle. All at our house in Michigan. Burdock, yeah. Grandma came by and dug up all our burdock to take home. Alright. Well, that was fun. I should have fished at the spring, shouldn't I have? Are they going to be able to make 2 1/2 foot rather than 2.5 feet? 1/2 foot. Alright. Yeah, let's try to ford it. Quicksand. Shooting the crap out of these buffalo. I'm sure we won't be able to haul it all back. I'm assuming it has that mechanic. I think I saw something along those lines earlier. Why am I killing all these buffalo? Oh, I don't have to. Alright, well, there go the buffalo. Alas. 2 feet deep, that is fine.
Anybody here ever heard of a fella called Old Gabe?
Is he a trapper friend of yours?
He's a lot more than that, I'll tell you. If you roam the Rocky Mountains trapping like me, you might run into some great mountain men. Joe Meek, Jim Beckworth, Joe Walker, or Major Moses Black Harris. But Old Gabe really stands out. Tall, strong, with long hair and a hooked nose. Named after the angel Gabriel he was. Knows every inch of this land and the rivers too. Some folks say he was the first white man to see the Great Salt Lake. Thought it was the ocean, it was so salty.
There really is a salt lake out here?
Never seen it, but I heard it's there. Now most Indians respect Old Gabe for his toughness and bravery. He even married an Indian woman from Flatheads. But Gabe's got his enemies though. I heard Dr. Whitman once had to take an arrow out of his back.
Captain Jed, is he still alive?
I believe so, but he's had many a close call. One day, Old Gabe and a group of trapper friends came across large grizzly tracks in front of a mountain cave. They were so hungry that one of the trappers suggested that somebody go in the cave and drive the bear out so they could have a real meal. So Old Gabe volunteered to go in that cave and send that old Grizz out.
He must have been crazy.
Don't know about that, but I do know he walked right in that cave and struck the bear with his whipping stick. That grizzly made a run for the opening, but then turned right around and headed straight for Gabe. It was dark in the cave and not easy to see, but Old Gabe was
Had
ready
shadows
for him.
though.
Trappers outside heard a shot, and sure enough, they had bear for dinner that night.
I want to meet old Gabe.
You just may. He built a fort on the Oregon Trail. His real name is Bridger, Jim Bridger.
Hey, Essay, did the game's designers or writers or whoever give any explanation for why they decided to use the term Indian? That's been out of favor for a long time. Just curious. Yeah. I don't think there's any death in this. Oh, yes there is. There goes Mildred. Continue immediately. Oh. Alright. Oh no. Oh no. I'm actually just gonna cut to whatever the ending sequence is. Show you that. I don't think there's really much else here to look at, and I don't want to take up your time with it. So, see you at the ending. Alright. So, I believe this is the end. We're going to raft down it and see how that goes. Is this mouse controlled? Seems to be. This is very crude. Oh no, are we dead? No. Oh no, this is awkward. Well, that's the end of that. I don't think I'm gonna go through the whole thing again. I couldn't figure out how to save. Every time I tried, it was grayed out. So that'll do it. I'll see you tomorrow. Sad way to end.